Hello everyone, it's Jenny Lee and I'm back with another build challenge. Today I'm going to be taking on the Deligracy Buildcrest challenge, as you see in the title. And basically the premise of this challenge is that the creator Deligracy, if I could say her name correctly, Deligracy created this save file with this world, Newcrest, filled up with all types of different lot challenges and build challenges. And so each one of these is a different type of challenge to challenge any type of builder. And since I do like to build a lot, I decided to take it on. And I think today we're going to take on the open plan challenge. And I have an idea, but here's what it says. It says, create an open plan lot without any interior walls. You can only use the existing rooms for bathrooms. All other rooms must be open plan. You can use half walls and screens to create rooms. You may build exterior walls. Hashtag Buildcrest, Deli Buildcrest, hashtag Deligracy. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. So here we are with the two enclosed rooms used for bathrooms. Looking them over, it's decided I wanted to actually shrink one of them down to match the other one. There we go. And I was spending a lot of time trying to plot out how I wanted to connect the two rooms and make the rest of the open plan build. I decided to, when I created this, that I wanted to make it a tiny home, not a micro home, and not a small home, but a tiny home right in the middle, because I wanted the benefits of the tiny home. And honestly, I feel like a lot of open plan homes really only work as tiny homes in my opinion, but that's my opinion. This is my build, so that's how I decided to do it. And I spent a lot of time fiddling around with the exterior. I didn't like these indents from the bathroom. It kind of drove me nuts. So I tried to put column in there and that didn't work. And then I tried putting a tree in that little notch and I didn't like how that worked. So I decided to bring it down to the level and then put the tree in there. And I still don't think it worked, but I decided to move on and put a roof on. Basically kept it simple by putting a gabled roof there and then gabled roof on the two front pieces here. And I didn't like how things overhang, so I eventually just adjusted that. I put the eco lifestyle, I don't even remember what the name of the pack is. I'm a bad simmer. I put the power generating roof on there, and then I went and I got the tall fencing from the same pack and put a big tall fence around everything. I moved the actual building to the back of the lot, put a little gate in, because most of this lot's purpose is it's going to be a yard and have a big garden on it. I wanted to use as much of eco lifestyle as I could, and I decided that this was going to be the home of a pair of twins who want to go green. They want to be into gardening, and they want to live in a tiny house, and they just want to live by themselves as twin sisters. And so in building this is where I got that idea, and so things started to really come together for me. I wanted to put together a decent sized kitchen because I knew I wanted to have one of the twins be a good cook and want to cook. So I put that together, and at first I tried to do this like galley kitchen thing with kitchen islands and realized I was not going to have enough room for that. But I've also tried to move on to putting in lofted beds. Decided that I didn't like that one, moved on to other ones. Thought I'd do them at these angles. Thought maybe, oh, I'll put one over here. Well, nope, then the kitchen doesn't work. And there was a lot of arranging between the sleeping area, the living area, and sort of kitchen and dining. And you can see I moved a lot of things around. I eventually made it so that the sleeping area and the living area were combined, And there's little desks and computers, kind of almost like student dorm-ish, which knowing the two of them actually kind of fits. Because they've stayed together for a long time and it's really just been them, so they don't mind the sort of dorm lifestyle, the sort of open plan living. But now at least they have a good kitchen and they each have their own little bathroom. So that was part of the reason why I put 2 Sims in here, was so they'd each have their own bathroom. And configuring these bathrooms was a giant pain in the tuchus. And honestly, this was a point where I realized I had paused the recording when I had put together pretty much the entire interior of the build. And then realized I hadn't unpaused the recording. So as you can see here, I've done some landscaping. Not a lot, but some. And the interior is already done, so you'll get to see that when I get to the tour. Yeah, I did that poorly, but I'm still figuring out this whole content creation thing, alright guys? But anyway, right now I'm trying to landscape the outside. I'm putting up a bunch of different flowers, because one of the twins is obsessed with flowers and gardening and the aesthetics of gardening, all sorts of flowery things, perfumes, flower arranging, that type of thing. So I was trying to create one side of the yard having that sort of aesthetic where it's just planted flowers and lots of different flower bushes, and there will eventually be some actual flowers actually planted, like the roses and the bluebells and all that sort of thing. But these are actually just landscaping flowers right now that I'm putting in. I'm organizing a lot of that. I put a little sitting area out here with the tree from, I think it's movie night or movie. I don't know, movie night I think is what it's called. But I put together this little sitting area so that they can sit and relax under that tree. And there's a little bird feeder, a little bird bath, just kind of a peaceful little zen spot. And I was putting out bushes, and I realized that if I went to try and cover all of this space with flower bushes, I was going to slowly go insane. So I was trying to, in the back of my mind, puzzle out how I was going to work that out. And I put out a bee box as well. And I was, arranging these around, and I was putting out dirt, for around this. And I said, you know what? Let's just make this all dirt. We'll just make this like the world's biggest flower bed. And so I spray painted it all with the dirt in that section. And then I decided I didn't like the neon bright grass, and so I was changing up the grass, which also took far longer than I would have liked. But I feel like in the end it was a good look. It was a good decision. You see me now kind of fighting with the various landscape paints and trying to make it look natural and at least quasi-realistic. Because I don't like that bright neon lawn look in Newcrest. That's one of the things about some of these sim builds, is that you get these sort of neon green lawns. It's like, whose lawn looks like that? Nobody's lawn looks like that. Unless it's like AstroTurf. And anyway, back to the issue I was having before of where on earth do I put all these, or how do I fill in all this flower area? And then I realized I hadn't covered up this neon grass either, so I fixed that. I got the gravel in there again. So I went back to this and I thought, oh, what about these wildflowers? That ought to do it. That ought to do well for covering the big expanse areas. So I decided to put out a lot of that in a lot of various places. I tried to mix up the colors as much as I could. But I was thinking about it like, oh, where am I going to put where the actual flowers are going to grow? So then I opened up debug and I started pulling out the flowers and the vegetables. There's a lot of that in here. one of the best ways I have found to start a build or be able to download a build with an actually pre-planted garden is to go into debug, set everything out where you want to plant it, put a sim on the lot, have the sim plant all the plants, and then upload your build. So there's a little hack for you builders. I don't know if anyone else does that. I like doing it when I have a build that's specifically directed toward nature and gardening. I don't know why I'm that way, but I am that way. That is a thing that I do. So here I am, you know, arranging all of this and trying to make it look right. I was very fiddly with this. It took me quite a while to put together. And I decided to change up and get a different color. Putting everything together. So there's the planting section and then everything surrounding it. And then I went to get all the vegetable all the vegetable plants and all the herbs and everything. Basically anything and everything that I could think of that I could plant, except for cowplant. I don't like cowplants. This is a controversial opinion, but I do not like cowplants. I think cowplants are ridiculous. I think they are hard to maintain, and I don't like them, so I don't plant them. I understand some people love the cowplant. They think it's iconic. I'm going to go off on a little rant here because visually this is a little bit uninteresting, but basically, here's my thing. I don't like cowplants. I don't like them. I think they are dangerous. They are hard to maintain. They're huge, and they're just not worth it. If I get a cowplant berry, I just sell it. I don't bother with it because I don't want it. I don't want to plant cowplants. I don't want to maintain cowplants. In my game, they don't exist. Controversial opinion. That is my Sims 4 hot take. That you never asked for, but there it is anyway. Here I am just kind of putting out various things, and I tried to separate it to where the front where it was the vegetable patch and like fruit bushes, and then I discovered there was a flower I missed. And then so the front was fruits and vegetables, the middle were herbs and other mysterious plants, and then the back next to the building was going to be all trees, so fruit trees and the like. And the chamomile I count as an herb and not a flower, so I planted it with the herbs rather than the flowers. Even though I know technically chamomile's a flower. So here I am redoing some of the spray paint. And moving things around. Trying to make some space. Trying to grab that carrot. I don't know why I couldn't grab it. And then I decided the spacing was off, so I moved the mood berry trees. I don't even know what you call those. I moved them so that they were in other spots. Parsley. I forgot the parsley. I hadn't been able to find the parsley before, so I found the parsley. And I was looking again, make sure I had everything. Oh, I didn't have coconut. So let's get coconut tree. And I've still got an empty space here. What am I going to put here? I don't really know. And so I'm debating while I'm looking around here. And then I decided, okay, I'm just going to make a little soybean patch. And then they can make a bunch of soybeans and they can get soy wax, and either they'll eventually get themselves a candle making stand, or they'll sell off the soy wax. So here I am just kind of going back over this area, deciding that I wanted to move that, and I wanted to put out the flower arranging table. If I can find it, there it is. So I put that out. And then I put a little fire pit over in the sitting area. And then I decided that since I had this open space here, I would put out some windmills. And then on the top, I put a little window on top and the front. And then I changed the title of the lot, Anderson Sisters Home. And I put lot traits on it. Looks like I put Great Soil, Eco Lot, and Homey. Okay, so here we are now touring the inside of the build, and again, I apologize for having the footage of most of the interior missing, but you can at least see it here in the tour. So you walk in, and right when you walk in, you have both of the bathrooms off to the left and to the right. One themed in white with purplish shades. So we have the kind of dresser area, shower, toilet, and then sink, vanity with a little pot in the windowsill, little purple rug, very, very cute on that from the left side from when you come in. And then on the right side when you come in, here's another bathroom, again with kind of a dresser and hanging rack, and then the sink next to the window, and then shower and toilet, all themed in white and blue. You come in directly onto your left, you see the kitchen and dining area and some stuff for the kitty because they want to adopt a kitty. All themed in purple and blue because one really likes purple and one twin really likes blue. And unfortunately, the stuff on the shelf is floating. I did fix that before I uploaded it. And then I made it so that it looks like some of these items here are on the windowsill above the counters. And then here's here's some of the rest of the kitchen. So you get the sink and the little dish rack. And then there's this living area over here with, the lofted beds, the desks, computers, and seating area and television, radio, TV. That whole little TV set that comes with tiny home living. I think the combination of eco lifestyle and tiny home living is just genius, and I love putting the items from both together. And now here are the two sisters chatting with Don Lothario while they're working on their garden, which is kind of dreary because it's just now become spring, so things haven't really bloomed yet. But we're gonna go for a little walk through the have yet to bloom wildflower fields and bushes. But you can see here's a little sitting area with the bee box and the bird feeder, the bird bath, the sofa, and the fire pit. Just a nice little quiet outdoor area, all fenced around. And then back in the front, we have all the vegetation, all the vegetables and herbs and stuff that will be growing on the other side. And that is the build. So here you can see I am putting the build in the gallery with this little description, and I got disconnected. I don't really know why. EA does this to me a lot. But the build is up on my gallery. My gallery ID is JennileeRose. That will be in the description of this video. I also put the sisters in the gallery as well, so you would be able to download them and play them as well. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back next week with another Deli Buildcrest challenge. Thanks. Bye-bye.